Yo, what the fuck, yo? One Piece chapter 878. I was not expecting this one. So Pedro's dead, but his sacrifice is partially in vain because the guy that he tried to kill is actually alive. But that's not the craziest thing here. Luffy is going to be fighting Katakuri one-on-one by himself with no restraints. Ooh, this has potential to either be one hell of a moment for Katakuri to serve as a jobber, putting over Luffy before Luffy fights Big Mom, or Luffy's gonna go through that moment where he loses, comes back a bit stronger, and then defeats Katakuri after the fact. It's gonna be very interesting to see which path Oda has decided to go here, because Luffy and Katakuri, they've had a few moments where they've clashed before this, so it's gonna be interesting to see what each man can do when they're fighting 100% unrestrained. And what I like is how you get the flashback to start the chapter off, right? Like last chapter, it ends very somberly, where you have Pedro sacrificed himself. You see the really expressive art of all the Straw Hats. They're crying, they're in their feelings, they're emotional, which is going to be a theme of this chapter. And you see how Pedro, his emotions start off with him being very reflective, okay? So he's thinking back via his flashback, and he is giving up the 50 years of his life. And basically, Pedro goes from 27 years old to 77 years old. And you get this moment where Pedro's asked, like, so why'd you choose the name of the Nox Pirates? Was it to refer to the night? And then Pedro, this is so beautiful. So Pedro talks about how he basically came up with the idea of the Nox Pirates because Nox is synonymous with the moment before dawn. So basically, in that moment right before the new beginning, like that's so beautiful. But what's so crazy is that you see his flashback of how he basically tried to join Roger's crew and says like, hey, I'm ready to join you. It's okay, Roger. I'm ready to join you on your next voyage. Similar to Luffy and Shanks. But you get this moment where all of a sudden Roger says, I don't have much time left, but that's okay. Everyone's going to have their moment to shine. And that's something that Pedro takes forward with them, as we see with the flashback where he's looking at Carrot and how everybody's saying, well, because she can't use a sword, she's not going to be useful. And he repeats those same lines. He says, everyone's going to have their moment to shine. It's absolutely okay. And what I love is how you see the Straw Hats, they're all crying. And you even see Katakuri saying, oh no, brother Peros. But you get this moment where as the candy begins to melt, you get this moment where Carrot, she's about to jump over to try and save Pedro, and Nami immediately is like this, okay, look, he gave his life in order to save us. We had no chance in order to escape, and Luffy recognizes the stakes. He says, look, we need to set sail. We need to get the fuck out of here now. Like, get our ass out of here. And Nami and Jinbe, they tell everybody, we need to set sail. And Luffy says, okay, it's time to go. We can't waste this moment right now. We can't waste it. We can't throw away his sacrifice. Nami, she's giving out the orders because she's a navigator. She's like, hey, look, you hold the sails, you do this, you do that. And she's saying, we're going to take everything northwest. We got this. Jinbe don't know what the fuck's going on, but he's chipping in like a good soldier. And that's when Katakuri, I guess he uses foresight to see what exactly Carrot would do. But Katakuri says, why do you people get so emotional over something like this? And that's when Carrot absolutely loses it. She's attempting to strike him, and that's when Katakuri just knocks her clean out of the situation. And that's when Luffy steps up. Luffy says, no, I don't think you understand. I'm the captain of the ship. We're leaving. And Katakuri just talking that shit. I love this dude. He's talking that shit, right? He's like, look, you're only leaving if you can throw me off this fucking ship. That ain't happening. Luffy goes in, he's using his elephant gun. He's attempting to try and smother Katakuri, and Katakuri says like, hey, that's pretty smart. You're doing the one thing that will prevent me from harming anybody else. But you get this moment where Luffy says like, hey, you can see it coming, but you're not going to be able to stop me. And it's like, okay, Luffy has a plan. And what I love about in this moment is that you're again seeing more of a maturation process in Luffy. Like Ace dying fundamentally changed Luffy, because you've seen it in every arc since going forward. Like Luffy, we all know that like Luffy wasn't gonna let anybody he cared about die. That was something that got established all the way back in East Blue. But Luffy, there's a graver understanding of the type of situation that he's in. I feel like his moral compass is even stronger now, and I like how, especially when you look how the panels are laid out, where it's almost at a slanted angle, and you got everything just escalating, where Luffy's saying you can see it coming, but you can't stop me, and then it slants upwards, and you got the order for everything opening fire, then it slants upwards higher again, and you see the bullets and bombs just going all over the place, and Big Mom, it looks like she's got the edge of the ship, and Big Mom is saying wedding cake. And if you look how Oda did the panel, it's so fucking beautiful. So the way that Big Mom is holding the ship, he's holding it, or she's holding it in a way to where if you were actually on the ship, you'd be tilted in the direction that Nami is going towards Big Mom. That's so fucking beautiful. Like Oda has a very, very, very keen way of doing his panel placements. That's so fucking beautiful right there. I like that little small touch right there. That's so fucking beautiful. But what I like about in this moment is how they get the Coup de Burst off. They get it off, and Luffy says, hey, it's okay. Like, Nami, Jinbe, Brook, Chopper, you guys care. You guys got to hold this shit down while I'm gone. And he says, I'll be back, but I need you to hold it down without me. The Coup de Burst happens, and you get the report like, oh, wow. They left by air, and Oda does a good job with the double page spread here. Very, very good job with the double page spread. Very good job. I gotta say he did a very good job on that one. I like how Big Mom just takes a big ass money shot to the face. But what I also like about in this moment is how when they arrive in the Mirro-World, like Luffy and Katakuri, they're staring at each other, and you get this moment where Luffy is looking at Katakuri, and he makes it evident. He's like, look, ain't nobody gonna harm my crew. He locates the mirror that they came out of, and without taking his eyes off of Katakuri, he smashes that shit. This is so fucking awesome. So my chapter question for you guys is, if you had to rank Luffy against Katakuri on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, where are both of these characters at this moment? How big is the gap between Katakuri and Luffy? Is Luffy stronger than Katakuri, or is he potentially weaker, like I feel like Oda's implying? How big is the gap? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.